Hey guys, it's Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to another Song Suggestion Friday. I'm joined again by Ryan and Ben. So as always, the rules are we grade these based upon however we feel about them, however we feel like grading them at the time. Plus sign means we do like it and we would actively seek it out again. Equal sign means we didn't like it enough to go check it out again on our own, but if it came on, we wouldn't turn it off. Negative sign is we would actively avoid this song with all of our hearts, minds, and souls. If you guys want to leave a suggestion for us, go ahead and do that in the comments below. If you want to be part of my patrons who vote on what we do for Song Suggestion Friday, you can go to Patreon and pledge at least $5 a month and you can vote as well.
Get on his Patreon. It's dope. You should do it.
Oh, that was convincing as fuck.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna turn that down.
I think just about everyone did. Blackbird by Alter Bridge. I don't know if I've ever listened to anything by Alter Bridge before, but when I listen to the song, it sounds extremely familiar, like I should know which nu metal band this is. Dude, they definitely have a nu metal vibe. I don't care what you say. I mean, they're not nu metal. They kind of have a nu metal vibe. Like out of the same baby as like Creed and Godsmack, they kind of have it.
I don't think it's a mockery to call it new metal, but like I didn't pick up that.
Most of the members are Creed.
Oh, no, fucking shock!
What?
I did
the
not-
members of Creed?
Yeah.
Ew.
No, yeah.
Total grade for this song, minus sign. Moving on.
No.
Alright, is Scott Stapp's in it? Is he in it? Is Scott Stapp's in it?
Is that the singer?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I thought so. So yeah, the song had a great chorus. Didn't really pull me in the way that other songs do with great choruses, but I mean, the chorus is definitely great. The singer was also very good. He's not my favorite type of voice, but he gave an excellent performance. I gotta say, that guitar solo was pretty fantastic. It's odd because even with all of this stuff put together, the song just didn't quite do it for me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm so sad.
I'm sorry. Like, I liked it. I liked the song, but it wasn't one of those things that just like made me want to go and listen to it again on my own. I think it could be the tone of the instruments used and the tone of the voice, but I'm not sure.
Overall, this song was like, it was a good song. I felt like it had been done before. It was something that like, when I started listening to it, I was like, okay, that is a, beginning of an intense, rock song, and I listened to it twice actually, and both times I did the same thing. I listened to it, I was like, oh, that's cool, and then I kind of like tuned out after the first minute or so, and then when the solo came in, I was like, whoa, what? Like, this is legit. The dude killed it on the solo, especially for like, I hate to say mediocre, because that's not how I really feel about it, but like, for such like a song that was just like kind of tuned out, like the solo really just tore a hole in that whole song. It was a great solo, and then it went kind of back into the same vibe, a little bit more energy. So overall, it was. It was a very song.
Let me guess, Nerd Rant?
Yeah, I guess this will be as close as I'm gonna get this week. So I like Alter Bridge. I know every song on this album, basically inside and out. Mark Tremonti, the guitarist.
He owns all 2 albums.
Well, I do. Mark Tremonti is a fantastic guitarist. Being self-taught, his solo stuff kind of sounds repetitive, I think. But Alter Bridge, I am a total different page than these guys. I think this song is absolutely fantastic. I actually, for being an 8-minute song, you don't put songs that long on repeat too often. I just listened to this song on repeat for like a week one time. And especially because of the guitar solo. The song is so edgy and kind of ethereal at the same time, and then that solo comes in. Then when you think the solo is over, the next part of the solo comes in, like blasts you in the face with like technique at the same time as like emotion.
Just blows its technique load all over your face.
All over your technique face. But this has always been my favorite song on this album, and probably my favorite song by the band.
Would you say it's technique?
It's
God damn. Total grade for this song, equal sign.
Likewise, equal sign.
2 thumbs up, 2 plus signs.
No Quarter by Led Zeppelin. This is a great song. Somebody said in the comment sections they thought it was a very underrated song, and I say to you, what stone have you been living under? This is definitely one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it because I've listened to it a million times, and I mean, what can I say that hasn't been said about Led Zeppelin already? This particular song is very entrancing to me, similar to sometimes what Opeth will do, especially in isolation years and weakness. And one thing to add, I think it was an unconventional choice, but a perfect choice to add piano partway through the song. Beautiful.
I mean, Jimmy Page being like one of my like heroes on guitar. Surprisingly, I haven't like listened to every Led Zeppelin song, and I've listened to
I don't think most people have.
Yeah, I have listened to quite a bit of Led Zeppelin, like a lot of their stuff, but they have so much stuff. I haven't heard of this song, which was crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never heard of No Quarter.
I've heard the name. Like when I read No Quarter, I knew it was Led Zeppelin, but I didn't like remember how it went. Either it's been a really long time since I've heard it, or I've never heard it.
Great music video too, by the way.
Oh, I missed the music video.
Trippy as hell.
Yeah, well, I could tell it was gonna be psychedelic just by the vibe that the bass and the guitar had going together. And yeah, when Led Zeppelin goes psychedelic, they do it right. And I don't really know if anybody was doing it at the time. I think they were like the first ones to do a lot of things.
I think Pink Floyd was in that game.
Well, yeah, okay, true.
And I'm sure there's other guys like Iron Butterfly was trying to do it and they fucking sucked at it.
That's why I never heard of them.
Iron Butterfly.
You've heard of Iron
Ryan
Butterfly.
has the albums though.
I literally have a vinyl of Iron Butterfly. So
Oh, wow.
I've never listened to it, but
The cool thing about Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd is they both definitely have like distinct sounds. So like they're both psychedelic, but very unique in their own way.
yes.
But this song was great. I mean, I'm with Mike. There's not much that you can say that hasn't been said about Led Zeppelin. They just don't make bad music.
They're great. Moving on.
Yeah.
So I don't really like Led Zeppelin. A lot of people do the gasp face. Like
Thank you for joining us, guys. We're gonna end this early.
If you don't hear from me again,
Mr. Richloon.
oh,
Mr. Richland doesn't like Led Zeppelin.
actually no, I don't. I've been in bands that have played Led Zeppelin. I mean, John Bonham's a fantastic drummer. Jimmy Page is fantastic. Everyone. John Paul Jones was bassist, right? No.
You
yeah.
can
Yeah.
walk out of this house.
No, am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Am I right?
I'm waiting
It's
for
the fact
you
that
to
you're
bring
asking.
Yeah.
Waiting for you to bring this
I
home
was-
right now. Like, I'm waiting to. I'll let you get to the end, but
If
jeez.
I don't make it home tonight, I'm somewhere between here and my house.
At least parts of you are.
Yeah.
Oh. So anyway, it's not usually my cup of tea. Like I don't really like Led Zeppelin that much, but this song was pretty cool actually. I never heard it before. Obviously, I just what I've played mostly is what I've heard, radio friendly stuff, and like we did the Ocean and old bands. That was kind of cool, but I'd rather play it than listen to it. It was neat though. It kind of felt like I don't know what the music video is about. I didn't really get the lyrics. I was just kind of listening to the whole song. It almost felt like it was a dream, or like trudging through the desert without water, with all the like.
Interesting you say that, actually.
Yeah. That's what I felt like listening to it. And then they start jamming a little bit, and it got really exciting. And then it kind of dies off again, and I almost got tired of it. But the contrast was so stark between the low points and the high points that I wanted to listen to get to the next kind of exciting part, and it actually made me want to listen to the whole song with energy. It was exciting.
Yes. That is one thing I will say that has diminished for me with this song over the years. When I was younger and wasn't able to distinguish very much between like how hard Led Zeppelin was and how hard Ozzy Osbourne was, like this song is so impactful and so huge. And now like after you dive really deep in the metal, you're like, yeah, that's supposed to be the heavy part. Total grade for this song, 2+ signs.
Total grade for this song, 5+ signs.
Jesus.
On my Ben scale.
On my Ben scale.
The total grade for this song for me will be an equal sign.
Molochwalker, the Mars Volta. At the beginning of this song, there was some very interesting reversed audio of like different instruments. That was pretty cool. Vocals are pretty cool. The only thing that really stuck out to me as weird was the mix on the drums. Felt like everything, like they had everything individually mic'd, I believe, and they squashed it so hard. They were probably getting analog clipping out of their compressor from what my guess is, and that gave it this very fuzzy kind of staticky sound, but it didn't sound like irritating the way that digital clipping is. So that was weird, but it did give it a really nice thump, and it was cool. This is one of those bands I definitely need to listen to more of, but for some reason this song just didn't quite tickle my fancy.
Where is your fancy?
I'm not telling you.
I'm not gonna take one.
Keep your hands off my fancy.
This was actually my first Mars Volta experience, and I've heard of them before. They have like a badass band name, and when I listened to it, I was kind of disappointed because I've heard so much about Mars Volta that I was expecting something just, mind-blowing. And granted, the musicianship there is incredible. Like, it was super busy, but if you honed in, you could tell it was super busy, but if you backed out, like, it all works really well together. So that was impressive, and I admire them for that. But I'm kind of with Mike on this one as far as, like, tickling my fancy. I would definitely, I'll save that comment.
Like, I don't know Mars Volta songs offhand, but the ones that I know I've listened to and really enjoyed, like, there are really good Mars Volta songs out there.
Yeah, I believe it. The band's super talented.
Yeah.
So my fancy was giggling like a schoolgirl. I like the song a lot. A lot of stuff reminds me of Old Fall of Troy, which is what this probably reminded me of the most. I know some Mars Volta. They have some pretty slow stuff too that I've heard before, and the musicianship is there all the way through. I enjoy how the vocalist almost lends his voice as another instrument at parts, where it just everything blends so well that it's not bad that it's not standing out. It's just a mix of sound that is really cool. The Fall of Troy sound I'm referring to is like the busyness, how Ben was saying I was busy, especially in the chorus where everything is real syncopated together.
Right.
And then you kind of got the noise, the tremolo picking or strumming or whatever in the chorus on the guitar and stuff, and the drums kind of keep that spastic feel. Overall, just a pretty cool song.
Total grade for this song, equal sign.
Total grade for this song is plus sign because I will try to look into Mars Volta.
I will also give the song a plus sign. I'm definitely going to check this out again. Just get in the mood to hit the highway and go cruising, that's what I'm listening to.
The Outsider by A Perfect Circle, also known as Tool Light. This song was enjoyable. For some reason, it just didn't quite do it for me. We've already talked about Tool before. It basically sounds like Tool if you brought the distortion down from like a 7 to a 5. That's about it. Same singer. I'm not sure who else is the same in the band. I would imagine either the drummer or the guitar player or both are probably the same. The writing style is about the same. This was just the same. Just like we talked about, every Tool song kind of sounds the same. Great production. The only thing I would have done was bring the bass guitar down on the mix just a smidgen, but that's my personal taste. I know that's kind of their sound.
Yeah, like Mike said, like Tool sounds the same for like every song. It's a cool sound for a little bit, and it gets old. For another band to mimic the sound that's already a general sound is kind of like a knockoff version. It's a very forgettable song. I listen to
keep in mind, like the singer in this band is the same as the singer in Tool.
And I get that.
And I'm pretty sure that there's gotta be other band members that are the same. It sounds way too similar.
Right, unless the singer, I know one of the guys in the band is really into like math problems and the Fibonacci sequence, all that stuff,
That's the name of it,
The singer?
Yeah. Okay.
So that makes sense. So he's probably got a lot to do with his sound anyways. So I get that, but the song is very forgettable. I listened to all the songs on Song Suggestion Friday at least 2 times. I listened to this one 4 times because I kept on forgetting what the song sounded like.
He actually had to listen to it right before we recorded this.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
It was bad. So there's just nothing special about the song. If you're in the vibe for Tool, like check out The Outsider. You'll probably get the same satisfaction you would from Tool.
If you really want to listen to a Tool song but aren't ready to just beat the brains out of someone, throw on Perfect Circle.
Yeah.
So I actually like A Perfect Circle more than Tool. I'm not really sure why, because it's basically the same. I just don't think they hang on to parts as quite as long all the time. As Tool, seems like every song, stuff just repeats over and over. This kind of did that, and then it didn't, and then it opened up and jammed a little bit. The vocal style in the song, I know we were just talking about Richelieu last week and just a few minutes ago. Their second album, I think this sound inspired a lot of Richelieu's vocal work throughout their second album. It was a little different. Check it out if you don't know what I'm talking about. But overall, I like this song a lot more than Tool, and it's not my favorite Perfect Circle song. It just kind of fits in with the rest of their stuff, but it's not a bad song.
For the record, I don't dislike Tool or Perfect Circle. I'm just kind of like, let's do something else with him. Total grade for this song, equal sign.
Total grade for this song, equal sign.
Total grade for this song, also an equal sign.
Tornado of Souls by Megadeth. It's a great intro riff. The main riff kind of left me flat. It was just kind of like this really cool little run going on, and then 2 or 3 chord little exchange he has going on through the whole verse, and a lot of the chorus as well. It's just kind of like, whatever. Solo is one of the best freaking metal solos there ever was. I mean, there's reasons why there's videos of people saying, hey, look, I can play this solo, because it's incredible, and it's also a really well done solo. I'm really not a huge fan of Dave Mustaine's vocals. Sorry, Dave. If I ever meet you around here in the Nashville area, please talk to me. Sorry.
Oh, Dave.
Talk to me.
Please talk to me.
Please talk to Mike.
Pretty much.
Come tonight.
Yeah, like I love your work. Just never mind. Dave Mustaine's voice is definitely unique, though. You will not mistake him for any other singer.
They're so, I don't know, they're very over the top, and I actually don't listen to them.
Dude, to be honest, like I can see why you think they're over the top, but this is nothing compared to some
Well,
of the
no,
bullshit I listen
and
to.
that's why I kind of like, well, when I heard that intro to the song, I was like, well, when I saw it on the list, I was like, all right, that was the whole song, whatever. And actually, right off the bat, it caught my attention. It was a cool intro, and like
Great
then
intro.
like of course there are two guitars, like this, dual leads are phenomenal always. It was really cool. Then the vocals come in, and it hurts my ears.
Yeah.
I actually like extremely dislike that man's vocals, but
you get used to them after a while.
I can understand that because I do like screaming death metal, and I get used to growls after a while. So
And I will say, on each of his albums, his vocals are significantly different, which is weird. Yeah, like on Countdown to Extinction, his vocals were less whiny. On this one, they were like really whiny and kind of like grindy. And then on their latest album, they're like really low and grovelly. Yeah, it's bizarre, but it's still all
the
him.
low and grovelly because this was way too
I definitely do too.
chalkboard scratching, piercing, terrible.
No, that's a NATO!
Yeah, well, it does sound like the iconic like '80s metal band. Like I don't know, I do feel like it has its place, I suppose. But, like to me, it is nails on a chalkboard bad. I hate his vocals, but then like the guitar is like, it's okay, we can get you through this. The guitar, just the musicianship of that band is undeniably amazing. But then the vocals are so bad. It's very 80s metal. Yeah, it's a great song though.
And I will say Dave Mustaine's an awesome riff writer. Great riff writer.
Yeah.
So I was a huge fan of WCW wrestling growing up. Bill Goldberg.
Nerd rant, WCW.
WCW. The first Megadeth song I think I ever heard was when Bill Goldberg was gone on a hiatus, then he came back, and it was Crush 'Em. Later, I heard this song along with others, and I was like, what? This is not the same band. So my first impression of this song was like, all right, that's kind of cool. And then, as well as the other guys here, when the vocals come in, you just want to bang your head off of a window as hard as you can repeatedly. Overall, I don't really like Megadeth that much. I do like some of their songs more than this one, though. It just has like that thrash metal mix, but it's not thrashy, so it kind of gets boring for me. The guitar solo was very killer. I really enjoyed that. Guitar solo was killer. Really enjoyed that, but otherwise the dueling guitars was cool. It just sounded like an Iron Maiden song without the Iron Maiden quality. So that's kind of where it left me.
Kind of had some Iron Maiden to it, I can see that. Total great for this song, equal sign.
So great for the song, equal sign.
Once again with 3 equal signs.
Just start. Tight.
The past is a grotesque animal of Montreal. The intro reminded me of Escape from New York, believe it or not. Kind of had that 80s apocalypse feel. This song was way too repetitive for me musically. The first time I heard it, I actively hated it. I really didn't like it. The second and third time that I listened to it, it grew on me a little more, but I still don't like it. Sorry. I really don't like that guy's voice, especially when he goes into like the spoken parts and he's like, everybody must get stoned. Fuck you, man. Fucking learn to sing or go home. Yeah, that's the whole thing. This song is definitely more about the words and less about the music. It's more like poetry. As a matter of fact, there's no chorus in the song. The only part that repeats is the music over and over and over and over and over and over and over a fucking again for 11 minutes. To a person who listens to prog, It's a little irritating. My question of Montreal is, why didn't you just write poetry and instead decided to pick up instruments? Because you're clearly better at one than you are the other. Or in the other sense, it could be the best piece of art ever made, because from what I could pick up, it's basically about this dude who's in anguish from having lost this woman, and there's like, it sounds like there's probably some sort of domestic violence struggle between the two of them. So maybe this song, in a way, the music is a way of showing the inner torment of how fucking terrible he felt, conveying that to me, in which case you did an excellent job, sir. Still minus sign, but excellent job.
Oh, you gave it away.
I think it's pretty fucking obvious at this point. Two positives I would say are, I laughed when he said about dodging lamps and vegetables. And props to the drummer for staying in time, because playing the exact same thing over and over again in perfect time is next to impossible. Which I'm not even sure if they actually have a drummer, I'm just making a supposition.
I was not that offended by this song, honestly. Well, first off, the guy who suggested it is awesome.
Yes, by the way, we added this one as a last minute for our friend Mark, who is also a patron, a very large dollar patron, who I need to give all kinds of hugs and maybe just a little bit on the head, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's just the type of guy you give a high five every time you see him. Like, that dude is if you're having a bad day, just talk to Mark, like, my name's kid. Like,
Yeah, Mark's the fucking man.
Yeah, he's the man.
Here is to you, Mark.
To Mark. I actually talked to Mike before I listened to this song. I was like, oh no, this is not another negative sign this week. But I listened to this song, and I was actually, maybe because my expectations were so low, like, I actually enjoyed the song.
And I talked to him after the first time I listened to it, and I was like, this is fucking garbage.
I honestly didn't think it was that bad. I actually think it was like, like, my first one is a very song. Like, it's one of those that I listen to at my desk, and I kind of vibe out to. It's got a good vibe, and that was the first time I listened to it. The second time, I actually listened to the words, and one of the things that Mark told me, he actually doesn't listen to music a lot because it makes him, like, he's very sensitive to music, and I can see why he liked this song, because
there's no real musical value.
I like the music. It's hard to, it's a challenge to make vibey music like that. Music that you can tune out to.
It is
still enjoy
a real
afterwards.
challenge to play the exact same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I get, like,
super challenging.
he's a super
Like,
prog.
possibly the hardest writing task ever. I can't stop rubbing this in, I'm sorry.
I can't remember any of these guys' names, but listen to some of these, it's electronic music, but it's not like Dead Mouse or anything like that. It's very just to create
like
that
fucking
sleep kind of music.
Like fucking Daft Punk.
No, like sleep music. Listen to like a sleep playlist on Spotify, just like the one note being held out for, minutes at a time, and it's a
Like
vibe.
Santana.
Yeah. But it's hard to keep a vibe going like that, and they did a good job of, like, keeping a vibe. It's not my favorite song, but if I had it on my headphones listening to it at my desk, which I did multiple times, it's very good to just kind of, like, tune out and, like, have a good vibe going.
When the song started, I was scared. Actually, I didn't know. It felt like the apocalypse. Really, I was expecting like
Really?
pig squealing and growling, and then
Oh, I was expecting fucking Kurt Russell to pop up with an eye patch and a fucking machine gun. That's what I was expecting.
then the snare drum starts hitting on 2 and 4, and I'm like, what? This is like indie pop kind of okay, which I'm not really a fan of at all. I was like, all right, well, I'll give the song a chance, and it just never went anywhere. 4 minutes in, someone was real proud of this. They started going like, ooh. And I'm like, well, this must be the chorus. It never ended. It was 8 minutes of that, and look what I did. And then 9 minutes into the song, the synthesizer started doing some alien noises.
It's always aliens with you.
Well, I'm drawing a comparison here. They could take some pointers from Muse, because I think they have a potential to sound like Muse if they want to.
It's in there, but I don't think they have the musical wherewithal.
No.
They need like a few more years of music lessons.
Definitely not the vocal status.
No. It was like Hawthorne Heights, but worse. The overall is just, if the song would have ended, how long was it? 11 minutes and 53 seconds? Or
Yeah,
something like that?
it's fucking 11 minutes of this
If
shit.
it would have ended 11 minutes and 51 seconds earlier, I probably would have been okay with it.
If it had been like, even 5 minutes would have been long for this. If it had been 5 minutes it would have been like, okay, I get it.
When, like being a prog guy, when we see 11 minutes, we're thinking, oh, this song's gonna go somewhere.
We're thinking it's going to at least have more than one chord progression and rhythmic feel in an 11-minute time span. Fucking No Decline, a punk band, managed to have many different time feels in like, what, 18 minutes?
No effects.
No, what the fuck ever. No Decline. No fucking horse shit. It's fucking garbage. Seriously. Like, you could have done something else. Something else. That's all we ask. Or me and Ryan at least.
Yeah, or say,
sorry.
make a different sound like, ah.
God damn. Total grade for this song, -sign. I really don't hate it, like actively go destroy it like some of the other things we listen to on here. But once I started talking about it again and analyzing it, I started to hate it more again. So, Mark, I love you. I promise I don't hate it as much as I sound like I do right now.
I want to give this one a sturdy positives. Or no, whoa. I want to give it a sturdy equal sign. It was a sturdy equal sign. I feel like this kind of stuff is suggested to me on Spotify all the time, and I just kind of let it play and vibe out.
You know, kind of like your shitty folk playlist.
Whoa. Feel like
those are your words, by the way.
My shitty folk playlist?
Yeah, your shitty folk playlist.
What?
Go back and watch the video with Glory Amen. You talk about your shitty folk playlist.
No, it's not folk. That's like that old. Okay, I might have called it folk. In the moment. It's not folk. It's like that indie.
In the shitty moment playlist.
The indie raw like teenage band feel. Like I don't know. It's sturdy positive or sturdy equal sign is what I give this song.
This is what happens when you fuck around with the grading system, Ben.
I gotta give this a negative sign. There's no way I would want to hear this again with my own will.
Alright guys, thank you so much for joining us for Song Suggestion Friday. Again, leave your comments in the comment section about what songs you want us to review next week. If you want to actually choose which songs we're gonna pick for Song Suggestion Friday, run on over to Patreon, pledge $5 or more a month, and you will be able to vote. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!